Child, we got a lot to talk about for this episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now, this really was interesting and definitely caught my attention. I may be all around the world and with my review and perspective on things because it's a couple of things I want to hit on. But overall, I felt like this episode showed what Melody was talking about when she said she has like a lot of snakes around her, especially when it came down to that scene with Destiny and Mel. Destiny and Martell, and Destiny rolling up to his house. Again, I told y'all, I don't know. I understand that they've been friends for years, but I just don't know why, they wouldn't meet up at a restaurant or a bar, something neutral. I feel like home is real, intimate, and it do seem like they are very good friends, like a brother and sister vibe. But I just feel like to make things on the up and up, it would be better if they or went to a public place to have conversations and discussions. It just don't look right to me, and that's the thing I wanted to say too. I totally understand Mel's perspective and her gripe with Destiny. Okay, if I'm coming fresh out of a relationship and I'm talking to my friend and my friend is still cool with my ex and she says something like, oh, here go this your ex, call me, I wouldn't like that either. I feel like, okay, yes, Destiny, you could have kept that information to yourself. You don't have to bring up Martell at all to Melody. If Melody wants to talk about Martell, so be it. But I just feel like just to be on the up and up, to be neutral, don't you bring him, don't say, oh, I'm about to meet up with you, baby. I'm about to, none of that. I don't think it's cool. Now, Mel asks a direct question. If she wants to talk about him and you want to be like a lending ear without going back to Martell, and not to say we know that Destiny did anything like this, told personal details and stuff like that. But, it's just a weird situation to be in from the beginning. That was my thing. I felt like, since now that I know that Martell and Destiny were friends longer, I feel like, and Mel probably knows this, that it's to be expected that she probably was going to side with Martell. But nevertheless, I do feel like when I was watching that scene, I'm like, dang, Destiny, tell us how you really feel, because she was really coming at Mel's neck, and that's what Mel always do. She get up and leave. Are you interested in salvaging your relationship? Because even if you know you done wrong, if you kind of care about that person still, you ain't about to drag them. You ain't about to kind of down them or whatever, because you still hope that y'all will get back together to being friends. And I also feel like friends that really care about each other don't see people's faults. So I just didn't like how she was so quick to say what Mel do and the way she is, and this is how she is. And the fact that she would go and talk to her ex about her. Oh, I want to talk to Martell because he knows Mel alone. What? That's just I really now get it. I really understand. Why would you be talking to Martell about Mel? So what? He knows her the longest. So you don't want to talk to her mom or something? Something neutral. Why would you sit there and talk to her ex? We all have maybe exes that are scorned. So of course they're going to say something wrong about us, So it's just I didn't get the logic in that conversation either. At all, honestly. And that's when I was just like, dang, Destiny, tell us how you really feel. This is probably how you felt about Mel all along. And I don't like that. This is stuff I don't like. Keep Chief. Remember he made that song? Yeah. So that's how I feel about it. Destiny, you is mad wrong for that. That's just like her, Melody, going to go talk to LeBaric. She wouldn't like that. She would not like that at all. Oh, let me go talk to Destiny's ex to figure out what's going on with her because he was in an actual relationship with her. That would not be cool. And I know that Destiny would have a problem with that. Now, understand that they are friends. Destiny and Martell are friends, and they've been friends for a long time. But can we see more of their friendship? Maybe some old throwback pictures, some other side of their friendship besides them dragging Melody. Is Melody the only thing they have in common to make their friendship? If not, then let's hear some, oh, we used to play on the Little League team. I don't know, but talk about something different. Because I feel like if you want to be neutral, if you want to ride the fence, you have to do that. Just don't talk about either one of them to the other. And then Destiny, you will be in a good spot. But right now, you riding with the wrong team. Remember Nene said that? I remember about that up in another. Because Nene really said, you riding with the wrong team. And I just kind of feel that way. And not to say Martell's a bad person, because that's another thing that I wanted to get into as well. I feel like I get what Kimmy means when she's just like, Martell has a good heart, because she has seen that side of him. Granted, he's different in a relationship with Mel. So I get what, Kimmy was saying. Because I feel that way. Doing these videos and this commentary, I have a respect for Martell being, the father of the kids that he has with Mel. And I just think the kids are so adorable. So by default, I feel like if I like the kids, I have to like both the parents, because they're half, mom and dad. So just off of that, like, I kind of get it. To me, those kids, when I watch them on screen, like, they glow up. Like, they just be so excited about their dad. And I can't hate on that. So, you know what I mean? So you do kind of find a silver lining to people, even if, like, they do some bogus stuff. I do not like what he did to Melody. I think most of us agree that we don't like what he did to Melody. But, I just find him, to me, in my opinion, from what I see on this TV screen, to be a good dad. Granted, yes, of course, if he was such a great dad, he wouldn't have did X, Y, and Z to their mom. But, he may have fell short in the husband department, but it seems like just like the strictly dad stuff alone, and it seems like he's a good dad to me. But y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But that's just my opinion. That's what I kind of get what Kimmy was saying. Like, he do got a good heart. I mean, I can't speak to his heart or nothing like that, but Kimmy probably can, because maybe it was interactions. But I just want Mel to kind of see that too. Like, some people will have like a different perspective on Martell. I'm definitely glad the conversation with Miss Wanda and KeKe took place, because I did feel like Miss Wanda or Tisha or anybody needed to have that conversation, because I do feel like there should be some camaraderie amongst family. And even if I don't like you as a family member, I would just, again, be neutral. Like, I'm not gonna be friends with somebody that I know you don't like, because I know, I don't, or I know they don't like you, so now I'm gonna be their friend. I don't know. I just don't like that. I do feel like families should stick together for the sake of family. I don't know if that's like old school thinking. I'm not saying you have to put up with family or deal with family, but toxic family members. But for the simple fact that we are family, like, I'm not gonna throw you under the bus. But that was a very eye-opening conversation, and I do believe KeKe when she said Miss Wanda be trying to compare her and Tisha. That sounds about right, between her dad and Miss Wanda, because remember, Miss Wanda did the same thing, comparing like Marceau and Tisha kids to Melody and Martell's kids. So that sounds accurate to me, and I think the sibling rivalry needs to stop. Stop. Like, especially like, all of us here have parents, and then like, how sometimes our parents be putting unrealistic expectations on us and expect us to be X, Y, and Z, because I learned that parents feel like, their children are an extension of them. So, if my child is doing good, that means I've done something right as a parent. But it's just like, no, relax, Kids are their own people. Like, after, you raise them, we let us be free and go off. There is no competition. Tisha did make a good point. We should be cheering for each other. You know what I mean? Because, and I understand that's hard to do. Sometimes you feel like people got stuff that you wish you had or you should have had by now. But I really do feel like that's like God trying to work on us inside. Because, if you do feel jealous, it's like something that do needs to be examined. And I feel like, if you cheer for people, getting their accomplishments, doing their things, like, your time will come, because you reap what you sow. So I would rather put, goodness out there, celebrate people, even if I'm feeling a certain type of way. You know what I mean? bravo to you, you know? Because I would want that same type of energy coming back to me when I do something good or I accomplish a goal, you know? So I say all that to say, parents, grandparents, great-great-grandparents, like, stop with the sibling rivalry. Stop the comparison, the contrasting. It's a scripture, I'm gonna find it, where it's just like people that compare themselves to themselves is not wise. I mean, because you just don't know nobody's story. You don't know what people did to get what they did. You don't know the sacrifices that were made. You just don't know. So, you know, you're in one race, one competition. And the thing that we all are striving to, that we individually have to make sure we're doing, is to hear those words, good job, good and faithful servant. You know, you run a race of one, and you have to impress one person. We live in an audience of one, you know, so God needs to be glorified, or God needs to, we need to be pleasing God. That's another scripture. You know, if I please people, I'm not pleasing God. You know, sorry, this is just where I'm at. Because it really be that, like, So I'm glad KeKe spoke on that, and the comparison and the contrasting. That has to stop. Like, I really don't appreciate that. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was the Tiffany and Lewis situation, because to me, I feel like Tiffany was whack to not take her husband. I mean, especially if they had already discussed him going. Like, why change your mind? Or, you know me, the people pleaser in me, but I'm working on that. The people pleaser in me would probably maybe split the trip. So I would have like halftime with my husband, and then halftime with Mel. She really did want Mel to go, because at the end of the day, it is about Tiffany and her being connected with her biological family again. So I get it. But at the same time, I do feel like it would be a beautiful experience to experience with her husband, who is like her now family. And that's the thing Mel isn't, but like, you know, they're joined together. The two have become one. So I don't know. And I feel like that isn't like a girls kind of trip kind of vibe thing. I don't know. That's just me. I could be wrong. But like I said, it's Tiffany's life. It's Tiffany's trip. It's what she wants to do. So that's that. But from my perspective, I thought it would be kind of dope, or it would be expected that, you know, Lewis would come along, and even the boys, like their sons, would come along as a family thing, like, because they're a family. But nevertheless, who am I to say anything? Don't be offended. This is all my opinions. Ain't nothing that I'm saying, love. This is a true confession of a life. Share with y'all. So you did when you fit in, on the shine. Free on. Now's the time. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, y'all, I forgot we can't even really be singing like that, because they will try to demonetize our stuff. So, but I felt like that was a butch attempt to sing in the IRE, so hopefully I don't get flagged. But nevertheless, how did you guys like this episode? I may have to like go live and review the episodes now that it done picked up, because it looked like it's about to get real juicy and real on these upcoming episodes. But other than that, yeah, let me know what y'all think, and what was the scene that really stuck out to y'all this time around. Other than that, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Met Synquette, man, the girl was heaven sent. Met Synquette, man, the girl was heaven sent.